Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Train Sim 115 video. Today we are back on Just Trains' Blackpool branches route, where we are running a service from here at Blackpool South down to Ormskirk in the Provincial Blue Class 142 Pacer and the version of the Pacer that we are running is the 1985 to 1991 version with the Leyland TL11 engine and the diesel mechanical? I think diesel mechanical transmission. Anyway, let's hop right in and get started. We are tracking our run today on third rails, as per usual nowadays. It frankly amazes me that the Blackpool South branch is even still a thing these days, because it's not exactly a highly used line. AWS is online. Let's set. So yeah. The service will not continue on as AI after this. We're running a full service. Oh, goodness. Come on. Come on. Yeah, and we also have announcements as well. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, the reason the area around Blackpool South looks like an absolute dump is because in 1986 they were in the process, they had just finished knocking down the entire waiting area and ticket office. Nowadays it's a giant car park, but in this time period they were still in the process of knocking it all down. St Anne's on the Sea is likewise in a similar construction state, and also Blackpool Pleasure Beach Station, which is not stoppable at, is also under construction in this time period. It's unlockable by the Master Reward. I love the Pacer, man. Just such a nice machine. Also, by the way, if third rails is looking a bit weird, that's because it tracks the drone camera as well, so if I fly off in a specific direction, it thinks it's tracking the train. That's, I think, like an API limitation. Next stop.
The next station stop is Squire's Gate.
Yeah. Yeah, I can just afford to give her full beans out of Blackpool. And I haven't got the windows open, by the way. This is how loud it comes as. There's a couple of the Pleasure Beach roller coasters. I think there's a roller coaster animated. I can't remember where. Can't remember which one it is. Can't remember if it's this one closer to me or the one further away. Oh my goodness, my drone camera shot up way up high. Yeah. So if you... Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the roller coaster. And then, yeah, here's the Blackpool Pleasure Beach Station under construction, as it was under construction. Yeah, like the neat little touches on this route are so good. Oh crap! Better start slowing down.
We will shortly be arriving at Squire's Gate.
And if you're wondering why that voice might sound familiar, it's that voice is Tom of the Train Sim TV YouTube channel. Shout out to him. You should go subscribe. I haven't driven the Pacer on a rural run in a bit. I've been mainly running it on Preston to Carlisle. And there you just give it. If you're on the WCML, you just give it the full beans, and yeah, You just leave it that way, but on this route, it's a very rapid stopping pattern. We're arriving a bit early. Stop! Thank you. Welcome to Squire's Gate. Wait, hang on a minute. Which way is it? Over that direction somewhere is at least no, it's this direction. Yeah, just over here is Blackpool Airport, which I never knew. You've got wait. They added the hangar buildings, and they even added runway numbering and taxiways. That's so cool. I never knew that was there. That is so cool. Next stop, St. Anne's on the Sea in 2 miles. Oh, look, there's some Pleasure Beach cottages over there. Nice. One thing that I do want to check is, which way is it? It's this way. One thing I do want to check is, did they model the tram tracks? The trams are supposed to terminate. No, they didn't. Oh, what a shame. The tram tracks, according to OpenStreetMap, are supposed to terminate right there, but unfortunately,
The next stop is
no.
St. Anne's on the Sea.
That's a tad of a shame. You seem to be passing a golf course on the left. What's it called? St. Anne's Old Links. Okay. But that could be the modern day name. I don't know what it was called in this time period. Amazing how little has changed in 40 years, if I'm being honest. Well, almost 40 years. Off to the right, you can see the... Wait a minute. How could I zoom in so far? You can see the St. Anne's signal box, which is disused, but it's actually one of 3 signal boxes on this route you can actually go into.
You will shortly be arriving at St. Anne's on the Sea.
Yeah, and in this time period, St. Anne's on the Sea was undergoing a major refurbishment, so it looks like an absolute construction site. Like it's got construction materials littered everywhere, like the roof doesn't really seem to exist in places. Like, look at that. It's an absolute mess. That's partially what makes it cool. Like, it's a time capsule is what it is. 4 seconds late. Oh, not that button. I'm thinking of Train Sim Classic. My goodness, I've been hitting T to open my... I hit T to try to open the door and forgot that was for Train Sim Classic, not Train Sim World. Haha. What's this over here? The Crescent. Wonder what that is. I'm guessing that's sort of like fancy restaurant or theater or hotel or something.
The next station stop is Ansdell and Fairhaven.
Ansdell and Fairhaven, next stop. And I know I'm not I'm not pronouncing it like the locals do, but there are limits to my vocal range. That's a very ineffectual blind. It covers less than half of the entire window. But I suppose it would cover out, like, it does cover, like, everything above the horizon, so I'll give it a pass. Oh man, it's been 1.5 years since Blackpool branches and the Pacer originally released. It was early November 2023 it came out, and I paid full price for this route, and I have never regretted it. Like, Just Trains did such a superb job that this route doesn't really seem to have aged at all. I'm still finding new stuff around, like little Easter eggs. It's so cool. Alright. Passing another golf course off to our left. You really have to give this thing full throttle in between stations, otherwise you will be late.
The next stop is Hampton Fairhaven.
I've actually got a buddy. His username is Slithorp, who actually lives in Blackpool. He watched a lot of the early Blackpool branches content, and he was actually really impressed by how accurate Just Trains did everything. So I'm taking it from the locals. You know, you can tell that this is an island platform at one point with one of the tracks removed. Nice, perfect stop again. Welcome to Ansdell and Fairhaven. Wait, I think did they add reverb on the Pacer horn? Or is that a mod I've got? It's probably the mod that I got. Ooh, is that a custom church? I don't know. I'm guessing it is, but yeah, I wouldn't know personally.
We'll shortly be arriving at Lytham.
I never can pronounce this correctly. The bloke on the announcement says it's Lytham for pronunciations, but Slithorp says that it's actually pronounced Lytham with a hard T. So I don't really know. I guess I'll just go with the local pronunciation. So it's Lytham in 0.9 miles. I love how rapid the stopping pattern is on the Blackpool South branch. Like, you can go for like a more express-oriented run if you're heading up to Blackpool North, or you can go for a more local style run if you're on if you go on the Blackpool South branch. Looks as though we do have a 50 limit coming into force relatively soon, but we don't have to worry about signals for a bit because the Blackpool South branch is not signalled. You just if one train is on the if one train is on the Blackpool South Branch, it won't let the signalling system won't let any other trains in. Nowadays, the services on the Blackpool South Branch are hourly in each direction, with the motive power of choice being Northern Class 150s, I think? Yeah, Class 150s. Which is ironic since they're only slightly less old than these Pacers. Welcome to Lytton. Oh, and I forgot about this. Look at this little area you can go in. Look at that. Look at the modelling. It's frankly ridiculous, really. Like, the developers, they could have not gone to this extent and the players would have been like, oh, we're more than happy with this route. But no, Just Trades just went that extra mile and were like, we'll just give you more stuff to play with than you know what to do with.
The next station stop is Moss Side.
Next stop, Moss Side in 2 miles. Moss Side is probably my favourite station on the Blackpool South Branch. Just because it's just a platform. It's just a platform and not like any waiting areas or anything, but for some reason I like it. I don't know why. Alright, we're clear up to 50, then we have to go around this turn up to the north. Just banged my mouse. Oh, I forgot to turn the guard screen on. There we go. Alright, we're clear back up to 70. Full power. The Pacer is very underpowered when it comes to these higher speeds, I must say. One thing that we will need to do is once we get onto the Ormskirk branch, we'll need to stop at a signal box for a token. Oh, whistle board. 1 mile to Moss Side. Passing over Cartmill Lane.
The next stop is Moss Side.
Yeah, Moss Side is just a nice station for me. I was wrong in saying it didn't have a waiting area. I see now that I was incorrect. We're actually... Okay, level crossing is going off. That's good. I have encountered bugs with the Moss Side level crossing before because I think in the video where I first did the first look on this route, the barriers refused to go down for some reason, and I don't know why. Actually, no, there aren't any barriers here. Sorry, no. I'm thinking of the Bear Lane level crossing on Preston to Carlisle. What am I on Morecambe branch? What am I thinking? So yeah, there's the old platform. Oh, there's a sandcastle. I've needed those. Come here. Right. Go, 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 go. I'm still look, I told you, I'm still finding collectibles, yeah. I've only gotten a 10th of all the sandcastles on this route. That's ridiculous. There's probably a collectible in this waiting area that I probably... No, I got it at some point. Yeah, it's probably a bad idea just to leave my train unattended. Let's get back in quickly before it starts rolling away. Nope, get in. My goodness, that's quite the queue. This is the B5259 road. Alright, 70 speed limit, about to kick in. Kirkham and Wesham in 2.5 miles, and that's on the the Preston to Blackpool North line. So, yeah, Moss Side is the last stop that's specifically on the Blackpool South branch.
You will shortly be arriving at Kirkham and Wesham.
I used to think that my favourite run in TSW was, my favourite run on Blackpool branches, was Blackpool North to Preston in the Pacer, but I now think that my favourite run on Blackpool branches is Blackpool South to Ormskirk, simply because it's far more interesting than just absolutely fanging it down the main line. The Blackpool South branch has some serious charm to it. Goodness, look how much the train is like not rocking just like up and down, but also side to side. Right, 55 limit coming into force in a minute. Passing by the town of Ree Green off to the right. Look, we do have a 30 limit coming into force relatively soon. I'll hold off on applying the brakes as long as possible. One mile. Passing under the A583. There's a tractor waiting for us. Nice. Oh, yeah. we're definitely coming onto the Preston to Blackpool North Line. In the modern day, the entire Preston to Blackpool North Line has been electrified, and Avanti runs Pendolinos on it. But the Blackpool South branch is still completely unelectrified as of recording, which makes sense really. It's an underused rural branch line. Why would anyone electrify a small rural branch line? Now we can start seeing other traffic now, because we are finally on. Oh, there's another pacer. The Leeds to Blackpool North. We are a minute and a half. We have a minute and a half until our scheduled arrival time at Kirkham and Wesham.
The next station stop is Kirkham and Wesham.
I love the announcers band. So few routes have that, and that's actually. Oh, it's not a pacer. What was I thinking? It's actually a Class 101, and I think it's the one off of Tees Valley because it doesn't have the newer dynamic smoke effects that the one off Preston to Carlisle has, which is annoying. But there you go. I do 100% prefer the 101 that you get with Preston to Carlisle. Wouldn't touch the Tees Valley one if I could avoid it. Arriving 40 seconds early, that's what I'm talking about. Full stop, camera. Probably here for a bit. So, we have a minute and a half. Yeah, Kirkham and Wesham is a somewhat well amenitied station. Wonder if there are any other trains in the area besides that 101. No point looking down. Okay, there is. Oh, the Blackpool North to Stranraer. I can never know how to pronounce that. There's an express service from behind, so I'm guessing he has priority. We'll find out, I suppose. Don't know what. Yeah, the scenery also is really nice. Like. One thing that I also can't wait for is the oh, I do get priority. Okay. One thing I also can't wait for is the Transport for Wales pacer that Just Trains are making for Cardiff City Network. That'll be so much fun. Simply because we need a modern pacer in the game. All we have is this BR era pacer. Imagine what people will be able to do with a modern day pacer, with like timetables, liveries, that kind of thing.
We'll shortly be arriving at Preston.
So yeah, what are our stops from here? Preston, Midge Hall Token Exchange for the token exchange, obviously. Croston, Rufford, Broska Junction, and Ormskirk. So yeah, we already have done quite a few of the services. The stop density now that we're not on the Blackpool South branch is going to go down considerably. I think this is the longest gap between stations that we'll have on the route. 7 miles between here and Preston. I wonder if there's anything that's going to overtake us. Okay, so there is a freight service waiting in Solwick at the Solwick Goods Loop, and there's also a Sheffield to Blackpool North Express, and that seems to be it for now. One thing I should mention as we get nearer to Preston is that the Just Trains have not updated, as of this recording, have not updated Preston to have Class 87 AI. Which means that the only WCML traffic uses uses the Class 47, which is unrealistic, because they're supposed to be electric and they're not. Absolutely going at full speed. Yeah, Selwick is actually the only station we're going to be stopping today, but then that is one of the most underused stations on the entire route. I think in real life it only gets 3 trains per day in each direction. There's only 1 train in each direction for the rest of the entire 24-hour timetable from now. And I believe it only receives around 3,000 passengers a year. That's 10 passengers a day. It is frankly astounding that Selwick has remained in operation to this day. There's the Sheffield Express. Full speed ahead. Oh, hello. What is that? It is a 47. A large logo 47 with some Mark IIs. What is pretty nice about all the stock on this route is it got updated to have dynamic suspension when that became a thing. Selwick signal box, one of my favourite places to train spot. Ooh, and there's a class 31 with some what are they? Turbot, I think, ballast wagons. Approaching top speed, 74 miles an hour. Start coming back to the throttle a bit. Notch 5 should be enough to maintain our speed, I hope. Full power, cows. Sadly, they're the static cows, which Trains of Germany actually went to the effort of adding animated cows for their Mittelwaldbahn route that came out in February 2025. Passing under the Edith Rigby Highway, or rather where it will be in 40 years' time. Miles to run to Preston. Having to shift between notch 4 and notch 5. It's really annoying, but hey, at least we're going at the Pacer's official top speed. I have been able to push it further in the video that in the last video I posted, I was able to push the Pacer up to 78 miles an hour. But I don't think I've been able to push it beyond 79, I don't think. Okay, we do have a 35 limit coming up. Coming into the suburbs of Preston. Let's start letting the speed come back naturally.
Next stop is Preston.
And we do have a 35 limit coming into Preston. not supposed to arrive for another 4.5 minutes, and if I do remember correctly, we do have quite a bit of a layover at Preston, if I remember correctly. Coming across the viaduct into Preston. Ooh, there's another pacer. What is that? Where's he going? He's probably going to Blackpool North or Blackpool South. Oh, Manchester Victoria to Blackpool North. I slowed down a bit too much. Yeah, frame rate will start decreasing around Preston due to the amount of assets and stock running around. Yeah, and we are now officially under the wires. There's a Class 101 and a Provincial Pacer. I do like how the 101 substitutes in from... does add quite a bit of variety to the rail scene, because otherwise all you're seeing for the DMU runs are pacers. Adding a 101 layer does add some much needed variety to the DMU scene.
We will shortly be arriving at Preston.
There we go. Yeah. The model for Preston is basically the same as the one that's on Preston to Carlisle, except the only thing that is different is the AI traffic. Excuse me. Oh, there's a 101 waiting. Wonder where he's going. He's going Castle. Oh, it's the insanely long 101 service. I'll show you in a minute. It's the Castleford to Blackpool. I think it's the only one in the timetable. And it's certainly the longest 101 formation I've seen. It's the Tees Valley version, of course. Yeah, we have arrived insanely early. 2 minutes early, matter of fact. No, not that button, that button. So yeah, we are here for the next 5 minutes, so we might as well have a look around. So yeah, basically, yeah, look at this 101 formation. So we've got a 2-car. No. No! Come on, drone camera, stop being annoying. So, yes. So we've got a 3-car on the front, then a 2-car, then another 2-car, forming a total of mini coaches. Oh, the Ormskirk to Blackpool South just pulled in. See if I can find any... see if I can do anything that I haven't already done. I think I've already gotten like 90% of the collectibles in this area. Yeah, he's doing the opposite run to us. Yeah, my goodness. Why not just have an express service? Why run a 7-car Class 101 formation? Seems a bit ridiculous, but there you go. Let's see, is there anything over here at the parcel platform that I've missed? That's the lift, cargo lift. There goes the Castleford service. Are these loadable? No. See, oh yeah, here's 08744 Wigan TMD, which is the shunter for Preston. Only has quite a few services in the timetable, but only one of them is in daylight. Funnily enough. See if we can find some more collectibles. Well, there's a Class 47 just leaving. Wasn't able to see what number it was. Why is there a Mark II on the end of this parcel formation? That seems a bit odd, don't you think? Wonder... Oh, there's another 47 coming in. There goes the castle for the service. I don't see any collectibles around. But this platform is quite long. No, I don't want to give him control. Are you crazy? Just running away. My goodness, that looks absolutely ridiculous. Why is that even a thing, man? Why? Yeah, it appears there aren't any collectibles. Let's just hop across it, cheekily hop across the tracks here. Would there be anything in the vicinity of this shed? No, it appeared there wouldn't be anything in the vicinity of this shed. I wonder if there's anything at at this tiny little parcel platform over here. I would be surprised if there's like a collectible like hidden in this area. I knew it! Haha. in between the little things there. Oh, sandcastle built. Okay. Anything here which could suit my needs? No, it would appear there wouldn't be. My goodness, my frame rate just drops when looking at Preston. Holy. Anything down here? Ah, what a shame. I'd expected them to put like a collectible down there just to annoy the collectible sweats. And I know there are collectible sweats because Dovetail put collectibles into the game in the first place. Is there something in the side here? No. Oh well, let's get back in. We have less than a minute till we leave. So yeah, we're head just down the WCML and then turn off toward Ormskirk. Do have a 35 limit in this platform area. Frames per second. Alright, go via signal Romeo Delta 1-4. We have a clear signal out of Preston.
The next stop is Preston.
Let's get out of here. We have a pacer over there. Wonder where he's going. About to crossing over the River Ribble. Okay, frame rate is substantially increasing. Oh my goodness. Nope, never mind. Beans. Frame rate is improving the further we go away from Preston. Looks as though we do have a double yellow coming up though. Beans. We have a 20 limit coming onto the Ormskirk branch. What is it? The Ormskirk branch is actually still in full operation today. It's operated by Northern Trains. What time do we have to get to Croston? 10:18 and 30 seconds, right. Get step 1 of brakes online. Single yellow, so I'm guessing signal of Romeo Delta 14 is red. Wonder where Midge Hole Token Exchange is. Wonder where this line goes. Seems to go off in a different direction. Goes off to the east of Preston. Goes off to the east of Preston to... Oh, Blackburn! Okay, that's interesting. We're cleared up to 60 miles an hour. Wonder if any AI goes on the Blackburn, comes up from Blackburn down here and onto the line to Preston. I don't know. We clear up to 70 in about a third of a mile. However, the next signal is red, but it's not for a bit. Such a shame we don't have British Electric's AI on Blackpool branches yet. Well, I'm guessing they'll add them eventually. Maybe when the Class 80, when the Class 86 comes out, they'll add the 87 and the 86 as AI. Who knows? Passing over the A582. One thing about the Ormskirk branch is basically it's basically dead straight in most places, and I mean like dead straight. Yeah, there's the red signal. Cut power. Just coast for now. And I can't go too fast past the go via, otherwise the signal won't have a chance to turn green by the time I get there. So yeah, I've got another signal yellow. Put on step 1 of brakes. You've got a whistle board. Slow down a bit more. Slow down a bit more. I need to... Okay, I think this signal is directly before the token exchange, so I will need to stop there to get the token exchange, and I'll also need to open this window. Alright. Midge Hole token exchange in 200 yards. Midge Hole.
The next station stop is Croston.
Okay, we do have a level crossing. Where it appears... Thank you kindly, sir. Right, we have the token and we are cleared onto the Ormskirk branch. Provincial was the location of the signal box, but now in the modern day it's just used for the token exchange and the building's been abandoned. I think there was a station at Provincial at one point, but I just don't remember when it closed. Hang on, I've got an idea. This is the perfect opportunity for a screenshot. Yeah, like, why not? It's it's gonna be a bit interesting to line up. Bit of a tight space. Let's get it like there. Motion blur. No, actually no, not motion blur first. Let's get depth of field. And now let's get motion blur. There we go. Screenshot taken. Croston in 2.5 miles. Running on these little rural branch lines really gives you a sense of satisfaction when it's just you running on this little tiny rural line. There's no one else around. We're passing into the B5248. Approaching speed limit. We're at line speed. Yeah. Another thing about the Pacer is it's not really supposed to be a train in the first place. In fact, it was the chassis of the Pacer is actually based on the Leyland National Bus. And that's one reason it has that weird four-wheel arrangement instead of conventional bogies. Which is another reason it has that terrible ride quality and the absurd flange squeal, and also underpowered. Oh my goodness, we're a minute late? Why? Did the timetable say not to... Does the timetable not take into account the token exchange? Oh well. Yeah, we're... Come on. So not good. Yeah, we're running precisely a minute late, which means I'll have to give it full beans in order to get to try to get to the next stop, which is Rufford, on time.
We will shortly be arriving at Rufford.
Passing under the A581 road. Lots of whistleboards on the Ormskirk branch. We have a 15 limit coming into Rufford. This will be interesting. That's the lowest limit we've come across so far. So which platform am I coming in at Rufford? Okay. Passing over the River Douglas. And we're late again. Oh, who'd have guessed? There's the old Rufford signal box, now no longer in use. It's an old-fashioned gated crossing. That asset was probably taken off of Spirit of Steam. One good thing about one of the only good things about Spirit of Steam was it gave us all those good Steam era assets. Yeah, we're almost precisely a minute late. Lovely. Will the crossing open up? Maybe I'm still too close. Doesn't seem to be any AI traffic on this road for some reason.
We will shortly be arriving at Burska Junction.
Next stop is Burska Junction, which is our second to last stop of the day. Sorry for that dog barking in the background. Once we get onto the line itself, we can just give it full beans up to 70 miles an hour. We are following the Leeds to Liverpool canal at the moment. Oh, I forgot to shut that window after the token exchange. That was why I was getting so loud. shortly before Ormskirk Junction, we'll be passing over the Southport to Manchester line. We just passed over the Leeds to Liverpool Canal. "55 miles an hour." "1.4 miles to run." I do find running on the Blackpool South branch much more enjoyable than running on the Ormskirk branch. Probably because of the much more rapid stopping pattern on the Blackpool South branch.
The next stop is Provincial.
We just passed over the line to wherever it is. Stockport, wasn't it? No, Southport, not Stockton. And we're on time almost. If we come into this station rather quickly, we should be set up rather well. Yeah, we're on time, thank goodness. I was thinking how didn't know I was going to make up that time. Yeah, we're 10 seconds late, but that doesn't matter. Welcome to Ormskirk Junction. Let's have a look at the railway line. So yeah, there's the abandoned spur line that leads to the Southport to Manchester. Wait a minute, there's a signal box. Is it labelled? Ormskirk Bridge Junction. Probably abandoned. Next and final stop of the day, Ormskirk in 2.5 miles.
The next station stop is Ormskirk, where this train terminates.
The line is actually, the railway line itself, the railway track itself is actually continuous as far as Liverpool, but yeah, in Ormskirk, in this time period, as in real life, you have to transfer to Merseyrail electric services which are on the same platform as the normal services to Preston. Goodness, why am I bouncing so much? Goodness gracious. As we're heading uphill, I'm gaining barely any speed. So we do have a 60 limit coming up in the next 0.9 miles. I am not at 60 yet, so I'll keep accelerating as fast as I can. Why is my frame rate suddenly so stuttery. Probably the Burska junction area. Alright, 60 limit coming up, and it looks as though we have a 15 limit coming into Ormskirk. Notch 6 should be enough to hold our speed. Seems as though there's an AWS magnet there, even though there's no signal. Presumably to let the driver know that there's a stop coming up. That the end of the line is coming up, I mean.
Shortly be arriving at Ormskirk, where this train terminates.
We are arriving early at Ormskirk. I love it when I'm late and I make up time. That's so cool. Oh my goodness. Slow down, buddy. So yeah, nowadays this through platform and that station building on the other side have been completely removed, and it's just one platform bisected by a pair of buffers. One part of the platform for the northern services and the other part of the platform for the Merseyrail services, which is a very weird station setup, I must say. Yes, 50 seconds early, that's what I'm talking about. Ormskirk is a very nice station as well. So yeah, you can see there's a third rail here for the Merseyrail electrics. And it goes. Yeah, the Ormskirk station building is very nice as well. Like, does have some decent amenities. It's not just a platform and a waiting room like so many rural branch lines these days. Gotta wait for the passengers to disembark. Yeah. One nice touch is they added Royal Mail vans, but off-branded, of course, so they don't cause licensing issues. Even off-brand stuff, I prefer that to not having it at all. So where can I get? I could get tickets to Blackpool South, Preston, Ormskirk, Birkenhead, Liverpool, Bolton, Manchester, Wigan, St Helens. Alright, let's get prepared to shut the doors. And there we go, platinum medal, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that'll be all for this video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss another video. And I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye, and thank you so much for watching.